Guys, Sparking Zero is finally out as I'm recording this, at least for the early access people, and let me just say, this is gas. 17 years we've waited for this game. 17 long years. And it was all worth it. I was so afraid that it wouldn't be worth it, but oh my god, it could bring a tear to a grown man's eye. How's it going, everybody? I'm CloudRaids and welcome to the channel, where I talk about video games and everything surrounding them. Very recently I made a video talking about Sparking Zero, and it's safe to say you guys loved it. That video blew up. And I said that I'd update you guys once the game came out, and I feel like I'd be doing an injustice if I didn't, because this game is just that good. Let's just get into it. To start things off, I really just want to talk about how good this game really looks. When you're playing it, if you put some music behind it and you act like you're in an AMV, which sounds kind of cringe, but don't lie, you know you do this, I do this, we all do this. It goes hard, and the graphics just make it 10 times better. I never expected a game like this to look so good, especially considering all the other anime games have looked kind of like boo-boo buns, but this definitely fixes that issue. All those gripes and complaints that I made before about my anime games video, Sparking Zero really fixes a lot of that. This looks like people have actually spent a long time working on this game. I was afraid that it was gonna look just like any other fighter game with mid-tier graphics and mediocre fighting, but that could be farther from the truth, because the fighting itself feels so, and I mean so, nice. It is so satisfying to hit a good combo, and even when you're getting comboed up, sometimes you just gotta sit there and take it, pause, but whenever you're able to parry somebody's combo and stop them mid-combo, oh, it's just, it is so great. Even when you're going through the menu, the UI feels really smooth as well, and it actually looks really nice. I know a lot of games have terrible UI, and it's really just ugly to look at and very frustrating and annoying, but I feel like Super really gets this down pat. And a thing that I also like is the fact that they don't force you to do a big long tutorial that takes 30 minutes of your time. They force you to do a little 5-minute tutorial, and after that it's on you. You can go back and they have a more in-depth tutorial, which I really like, because when they force me to do a tutorial, I don't really care at that moment, so I'm just trying to get past all of that. But I like how you can go back and Piccolo personally teaches you, and it just feels really nice. I was also worried about the microtransactions, because with a lot of these other games you do run into that issue, especially in 2024 where that seems to be the new trend. But so far I don't think that there is any microtransactions. It seems like all the characters that are locked right now, you can earn them just by playing the story mode and getting Zenny points and unlocking them that way, and I like that a lot. And there are just a crap ton of characters, by the way, may I point that out. You can play literally almost anybody except Bulma, but who would want to play Bulma? Let's be honest here. Now I have heard that they're going to release DLC, and I don't know how that works yet because there's no DLC added at this moment, which kind of sucks if it's going to involve microtransactions, but like I said, I don't know. But at the moment there isn't any in the game, and I really do like that a lot. Another thing that I really like that I don't know if a lot of people even mention this, but the lack of loading screens is absolutely just a lifesaver compared to other games where you're waiting probably 2 to 3 minutes, or that might be an exaggeration, but you're waiting a good minute to get into a game. You might have a 3-second black screen at most, so you go from your character select into the fight almost instantly. It feels a little bit cinematic the way they do it, and I feel like that's just not praised enough, because if there's anything that I hate more than microtransactions, it's sitting through a long loading screen to the point where I don't know if my game is crashed or if it's bugged or if it's actually loading up the game. Also, shout out to Xenoverse and Dragon Ball FighterZ, because those games really filled the gap. They had a lot of weight on their shoulders, and now they can finally rest in peace and get the peace that they deserve. Those games were true warriors. But you know how sometimes in the gameplay trailers they'll make the gameplay look a lot better than it actually is? Luckily that's not the case here. I'd be very disappointed if it was, but for once it feels like it's exactly what you see is what you're gonna get, which is very rare nowadays. I know I said that there was a lot of characters earlier, but I feel like I have to go into detail, because when I say there's a lot of characters, I'm talking about there's 181 playable characters that you can do, so it's really living up to the budokai tenkaichi name. Compare this to the other anime fighter games where there's maybe 20 playable characters and the other characters are locked behind a paywall, and I know from firsthand that that is very, very aggravating. It's definitely a nice refresher to actually be able to play the game that I spent full price for, and the fact that they made it in Sparking Zero where you benefit from picking base characters compared to picking their Super Saiyan forms, because when you pick a base character and you actually go Super Saiyan in the match, or you evolve in the match, you're stronger than if you just pick that character from the character selection screen. And that's a really good way to stop people from just picking the most stupidest characters. And it makes the game feel more in depth, in my opinion, more immersive. Because starting off as base Goku and having to work your way up to Super Saiyan God Goku feels 10 times better than if you just pick that from the character selection. And the fact that you're actually stronger just is like the cherry on top. And to touch on the story a little bit without spoiling anything for the people who haven't gotten it yet, or for the people who just haven't played it yet, you might have seen the memes going around on Twitter or on TikTok. They do not make this thing easy at all. And I kid you not, I'm not very far into the story myself, but I've spent upwards to 45 minutes trying to defeat some characters in the mode. I won't say who, but I'm damn near the tutorial at this point, and I'm already getting my ass handed to me. Don't get me wrong, it is very frustrating. It is absolutely aggravating trying to defeat some of these people, but at least I know how Goku felt, right? Can he beat Goku? Well, he sure beat me. It's almost as if Dragon Ball met a Dark Souls game, because these bosses are sometimes borderline impossible to beat. Once they hit you with one combo, your entire health bar is gone. I never expected it to be this difficult, and to make it even worse, when you die, they like offered to like lower the settings down, as if getting beat 5 times wasn't bad enough. Now they're trying to take pity on me. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. But it's safe to say that so far, I'm really liking the story mode. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. The dialogue in it is also very nice. The dialogue in just the regular fighting modes are also really nice too, because some characters have dynamic dialogues depending on who they're fighting. And I also thought that was pretty neat, because you don't see that a lot. It feels like a lot of love and a lot of time and money went into this game. It came out actually finished. And it's really sad the bar is that low, but this really just blew my mind. It blew my expectations out the water. I feel bad for whoever's trying to release an anime game next, because how are you supposed to compete with this? That's like going to compete for the Little League tournament and your opponent was like Michael Jordan. There's nothing you can do about it. You're kind of just, you're out of luck at that point. Overall, if you're on the fence about this game, I would definitely give it a shot. Even if you're not the biggest anime fighter fan, this is definitely a good game. This is better than any of the anime games I've ever played before. This is definitely better in my opinion than any of the other budokai games that came out. They perfected what they already had before. They had something great and they made it perfect. You really can't ask for anything else. But keep in mind, the game did just come out. They might do something in the future that could ruin it, but as of right now, I am really liking the game. So to everybody who was in my comments on my last Sparking Zero video, who talked about how they sold their kidney and sacrificed their firstborn for this game, I would say you made the right call. Personally, I really like it. I think you made the right call. People who pre-ordered the game and got it early, I think you made the right call. People who bought the game already, whether you got it early or not, guess what? I thought you made the right call. But with all that being said, I'm CloudRaids and this is my channel, which means this is my video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you loved it, possibly subscribe. If not, I get it. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the game so far. Is there anything that I missed? Because there is a lot to cover with this game. There's so much about it. You might not like the game, who knows? But that's what I'm trying to figure out. But either way, I love you guys. Y'all have a great day. And I don't know what time it is there, so probably have a great night too. I love you guys. Mwah.